SPAR is a strategy that we use to help us solve word problems in math. SPAR stands for see, plan, act, and reflect. This is just steps that break down the problem-solving process for us so we are better able to understand and solve a problem. After you read the problem, we need to understand exactly what the problem is asking us to do and what information is already within the problem. Just as if you were reading a storybook, we're going to pull out the important information such as who, what, when, and where. Not every problem is going to have an answer for each of these, but pull out as much information as you can. Depending on the type of problem, you might also have to draw a chart of some kind to help you understand more about the problem. You can make a T-chart for comparing things. You can also use a BME chart, which stands for beginning, middle, and end. You can pull out information from the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story to help you understand where there's missing information and what operation you might have to do. Once you know the important information, then we're going to move down to plan. Under plan, we have to decide what operation am I going to do. To help us, we ask, are we combining, separating, or comparing? If you're going to combine, you're going to put different piles of things together. This will be adding or multiplying. For separating, that's where you're going to have one pile at the beginning of the story and you're going to separate into new piles. This is going to be subtraction or division. Comparing is when we have two or more things and we want to know how many more of one of the somethings there is. Once we know what operation we're going to do, then we can write a number sentence with that operation in it to help us figure out where the numbers are going to go and what missing information we have. The last part of plan is to pick out which strategy you want to use now that you have your number sentence. Under act, that is where you're going to actually solve the problem. There's a lot of different strategies you could have decided on in plan, such as base 10 blocks, number line, part whole, algorithm, counting on, using pictures. My preference is usually to use either base 10 blocks or a number line. These two tools are easy to write on your paper and work for a variety of problems. As we get into harder problems, it is also a good idea to try a different strategy to double check that you get the same answer both times. If you get a different answer, you may have made a mistake, and now is a good time to go check your understanding of the problem. Once we have used our strategy to solve the problem, then we're going to move down to reflect. This is where we are reflecting on our thinking about how we solved the problem and if we have actually answered the question. You need to reread the question and then answer it in a full, complete sentence. For example, if the question was how many toy cars does he have in total, and you found that the answer is 52, your sentence might look like he has 52 toy cars. You're also going to write down what strategy you used. If I use base 10 blocks for this, you might say, I used base 10 blocks to combine and found the answer 52. If we're writing down our thinking, we are going to definitely understand the problem better and we are going to be able to solve more problems. Make sure as you are going through every problem, you are using all of the steps in SPAR. This will help you solve any problem out there.